Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that's really changing things right inside our homes. AI in your heating and air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at a bunch of stuff for this one, articles, guides, even some videos. The goal is to figure out what this AI stuff actually means for you, you know?
Feed on the hype.
Exactly. It's more than just like a fancier thermostat display. We'll get into the tech, sure, but mostly the real world benefits, what you actually get.
Okay, so let's dive in. AI and HVAC.
Yeah.
What what is it doing? It's got to be more than just programming a schedule, right?
Oh, absolutely. Much more. Think of it like the system. Well, it starts to learn. It uses machine learning, AI, to crunch data. So, data from sensors, maybe your habits, the weather forecast, all that stuff.
Okay.
And then it uses that to make smarter decisions on its own, autonomously. You know those smart thermostats?
Yep.
Like Nest or Ecobee, they were kind of the first step, learning your schedule.
Right, I've seen those. Yep, but this goes further. Imagine sensors all over the house, feeding it real-time info, temperature, humidity, maybe even if a room's empty. That's the data the AI uses.
Okay, this is the part I'm really interested in. What does all that smart stuff do for me, the homeowner?
Right. Well, the sources point to a few really key things. First up, just plain better comfort.
Okay.
The AI is constantly tweaking things based on the conditions, your learned preferences.
Yeah.
It works to keep things just right without you messing with the thermostat. It can even look at humidity, not just temperature, to find that, optimum comfort level.
That makes sense. Temperature isn't everything.
Exactly. Then the second big one, maybe the biggest for a lot of folks, energy savings. Real savings.
How much are we talking?
The numbers we saw were pretty consistently in the 20 to 30% range for HVAC energy use, sometimes even more.
Wow, 20, 30%. That's significant.
It really is. It optimizes when the system runs, avoids waste, adjusts based on forecasts. It adds up on your utility bill.
Okay, saving money and being more comfortable. That sounds pretty great. What else?
Another major advantage is predictive maintenance. This is a big shift.
Predictive, so it tells you before it breaks.
Essentially, yeah. The AI watches how the system is performing, like component run times, maybe subtle vibration changes, error logs, stuff like that. It can spot warning signs, maybe a motor is struggling or airflow seems off before it becomes a full breakdown.
Ah, so it could flag a potential problem early?
Right. It might alert you or even your HVAC technician directly, so you get preventative fixes instead of, an expensive emergency repair on the hottest day of the summer. Plus, it helps the equipment last longer.
That proactive approach sounds way better than waiting for disaster.
Definitely. And it also ties into adaptive scheduling. It's not just a fixed timer. If the weather suddenly changes or if sensors see everyone's left the house, it adapts dynamically.
So these benefits sound compelling. Is this tech, like, everywhere now? I saw something mentioning 2025 as a tipping point.
Yeah, that came up in a few sources.
Yeah.
2025 seems to be the year many see as critical for wider smart HVAC adoption. The tech's ready. The benefits are clear.
The market's catching up.
Sort of, yeah. Things are aligning. You see systems like Trane's ComfortLink or Mitsubishi's Kumo Cloud incorporating these kinds of advanced features more often now. And looking ahead, there's stuff like AI at the edge.
Edge. What's that?
It just means more processing happens right on the device, like in the thermostat itself, instead of relying only on the cloud. Faster responses, more reliable. And there's also potential for these systems to work with the power grid demand response programs.
How would that work?
Well, during peak energy demand times, the grid is stressed, right? Your AI system could automatically make tiny adjustments, maybe pre-cool a house slightly beforehand to reduce strain during that peak.
And I might get something for that.
Potentially, yeah, like bill credits or lower rates, while also helping keep the grid stable. It's a win-win.
It really sounds like AI is bringing a whole new level of, well, intelligence to keeping our homes comfortable and efficient. It's gone way beyond just on-off.
It really has. It's about making these systems smarter, more intuitive, more aware of the environment they're in.
Okay, so here's something to think about then. As AI gets better at learning our patterns and predicting what we need, how do you make sure it stays flexible? What happens if our lives change, our schedules change? How crucial is it that these smart systems can adapt with us, not just based on old data?